Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I've done a few videos expressing my concerns about the new Superman film from James Gunn. And when you talk for 5 or 10 minutes, sometimes some very simple points can be lost. So I thought I'd just do a little short video about one little point. The Guardian factor, the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now this series of films and their success usually are what are used as a justification for why James Gunn was given the DC universe, because apparently he's basically in charge of the whole DC universe now. Someone decided he had the skill to, do all the DC films about all the characters and basically just reboot it all. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy was a nobody film. No one knew who these characters were. Nobody, read the comic. No one had a clue. None of the normies, none of the people in the general audience knew who any of these characters were. So it's very easy to take those characters and just rewrite them and just make them, find some good actors and just make them likable and make a likable action film. And that's what he did. People saw this film about these characters. No one knew who they were. They're all nobodies, and that was sort of like the joke. And everyone fell in love with them. And then people with money, the executives, the studio people, the suits said, well, gee, he made 3 films from this one comic that no one knew. Everyone loves it. So surely he can make the new Superman. No, Superman is a known entity. People love Superman. People are attached to Superman. People have ideas of who and what Superman is. You have different groups. You have the people who grew up with Superman in the 60s and the 70s. Christopher Reeve, Superman, basically the big blue Boy Scout, the moral integrity character, basically. And then you have the new the Snyder fans who liked this darker, more serious take on Superman, where he was a murderer, basically, which I can't stomach for the most part, but at least they treated him with some respect. And then you have the sort of people who think that superheroes are a joke to be laughed at. And that's what James Gunn does. He does like Peacemaker and stuff like that, where it's juvenile, teenage humour, and he doesn't respect superheroes. Like he's homophobic. He can't handle the idea of a man wearing a costume that actually is form-fitting or makes him look good. He has to no, it has to be covered up with like thick, loose material and like loose fitting. I can't see this man sexually because that scares me because I'm homophobic. So we've got this absolute wrong person in charge for the wrong reason, which is that he made a film from nobody characters, and now they're asking him to make a film about one of the most known superheroes, and that's why it won't work, because he doesn't know the character, doesn't get the character, doesn't like the character, hates superheroes in general, thinks they're a joke, makes fun of them, and that's what he sees as entertainment. And he sees other people are going to watch this film and just laugh at the characters. That's the way he's doing this. And giving him this because he did Guardians is just stupidity. It's just executives who don't know any better going, well, this film did well, he made that was from a comic, so surely he can do the same. Different characters, different situation, different everything. It worked differently, and it's just not the same. So that's the main issue with why this film is becoming a disaster, and is a disaster at this point. It's a marketing disaster, and they're doing reshoots and they're trying to fix it, and they're trying to... It's a mess, and it's a tragedy, and it was so easy to see coming. As soon as I heard James Gunn, I knew all this already. I was just hoping that somehow he'd pull his head out of his ass and actually make a Superman film for Superman fans, not make a film about himself, which is all he did in the end. So, yeah. I just had to comment on that, just about the Guardians specifically, and why that example did not work, and why people thought that it actually would be, a reason why he could actually do this when he can't.